What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with another smartphone couch video. Athletes get women. Body game, y'all. Body game nation. Hey, look, you know what? I didn't give y'all a video yesterday. It's just been that week since we got Family Day tomorrow, what other people call Thanksgiving. It's Family Day. So, I'm cooking and everything. And because my kids eat. So anyway, I ain't do much. I ain't even work out anything. I say shit. I need a break. Anyway, cause Monday, I recorded how many videos? I recorded 11 videos. Some y'all saw one of them, and then I always record my videos early for the next week. So 8 of those. And then I had to record some for my Patreons. And then I did an interview with a young man. So y'all see that. I'll link that when it comes out. So I was just like, man. Then I was watching some ball and everything. So, and I did some more recording yesterday and some other things. Had to go out a bit, take care of some business because, I got a life outside of this. But I was resting more. So I was just watching ball with the times I could rest. Rest for me is like 4 hours. I'm always doing something, even if it's not work related. But I was actually sitting on the couch watching some ball. I was watching some soccer. I was watching some soccer, World Cup. I'm going to tell you what, the World Cup, outside the United States, people just go crazy over soccer. Shoot, that's a thing. And I told you I played varsity soccer in high school. I know y'all don't see it now, but I was built different then. So, so I was paying attention to it. It's the team I usually like watching is Brazil, because they be making it exciting, because otherwise soccer's kind of boring. Brazil, though, they at least got that style. I can say if my man the Hulk is playing. Big dude be freaking them and stuff. But anyway, right? And when I say freak, if I forget, I got some younger guys. That means he's shaking and baking. And I'm like, okay, what's shaking and baking? He's putting a move on and breaking ankles and stuff on a soccer field. I'll see if he's playing, but they pretty good. Brazil, they make it exciting. They got to make it exciting. But I was also watching a little bit of football and mainly some college basketball. And I was thinking about how much pussy athletes get. And I know some guys will say, well, they got their status and stuff. Some guys who actually never played, because I've known some dudes who were riding the bench who were getting some. And you know what it is mainly their body builds. A lot of people don't talk about, like, women just like the athletes, not so much that, they some superstar or something, but that they play in ball, especially if they play in varsity, some type of high level type of stuff where they have to constantly work out. But they got to work out. They have a great combination of power and speed and movement and everything. So, and that drives women crazy. Women be watching ball just because. Shoot, I remember being in the schools that I was at, just playing intramurals, had women on the side checking out the games. They like athletes. Now, I always talked about, like, okay, yeah, you hitting the gym, muscles, and everything. And I always say a lot of that's genetic. Seriously, we just gotta be real with it. You either have it or you don't. Like the putting just muscle on and everything. But the thing with athletes, they'll have good body builds. They'll have what's considered athletic. Basically, the thing is, look like they can run, because that's the main part of it, but also hit something. Like even football players, basketball players, and everything. And trust me, because I've known women, they go crazy over it. You know what? When I was at American University, I remember, I never forget what this young lady said, because American University's basketball team was playing Ohio State. Back when Ohio State had Jim Jackson and all these guys. And I never forget, they came in for a practice before the game the next day. And I never forget what this girl said. She was in a trance. She was like, Those are the most beautiful men I've ever seen. I mean, these dudes would just boom. When you got that body build, women go crazy, and then they'll watch it. And I said that before. Of course, some idiot said something like, "No, they ain't it." Yeah, look, come on now, come on. Because the thing is, women be watching ball. Yeah, they like the sport, but they be looking at the bodies. They be looking at the bodies. Shoot. And they like some guys will think, well, they watching pro sports and all of that. What about in high school? There's a lot of high school jocks that be getting women and everything, and they ain't be, and a lot of times they ain't necessarily like handsome. Like a lot of guys don't understand that because they don't play. The women going crazy over the bodies. And in fact, I always said, I've said several times, you can get a clue as to what body type a woman likes by asking her what her favorite sport is. You can get a clue. And that's interesting because I know like women who not into sports at all, they're actually more open for a guy who might not have that great a body. They're more open. But even they still going to go crazy a bit, but not as crazy. But you get those women, like if a woman say she like a football player, like I notice the women who like me, they always into football, always. It never fails. I could just start talking about football or something, they get into it when they show an interest in me. But then the women who aren't, maybe they into like a slimmer, more leaner basketball players. You know, not as much. But then the guys who like taller and slimmer, and it's not just that they're tall. Some guys think it's just the height. No, it's deeper than that. They still gotta have a body build. Because if they tall and lanky or something, women gonna be like, But if they look like they can dunk on somebody, shit. Because when I be watching, I'm gonna tell you what, this is something I did, me and the fellas in the dorms did back in the day. Like if somebody playing football, like a player score a touchdown or something, everybody be like, oh, he gonna get his cut tonight. He gonna get his cut tonight. So I was watching some games. I was like watching this. It was like somebody make a play, like a touchdown. Like there was a player. I was watching Louisville and North Carolina State play yesterday. I don't know if they were live or it was a tape. I don't know. It was on. I was chilling. And this Louisville player, he ran like it was a great play because the kicker, North Carolina State, had just scored, kicked off to Louisville. The kick returner let the ball bounce and it bounced past him, so he had to run back and get it. I think he thought it was going to go into the end zone. When he didn't see that, he ran and got it and then turned around. He actually ran for a touchdown, kickoff return. And my first thought was, he's going to get his cut tonight. Shit. Oh, man. Seriously, he going to get his cut tonight. And I'm going to tell you what, that's the thing. Like athletes, they be getting this. They dunking. Because I told you, I seen that in two different schools. And like I said, like at American, I knew all the guys on the basketball team. There was a guy, he was on the end of the bench. And he was getting his. Seriously, they always had stories, but some people think, oh, it's their status. Let me explain something about that status thing. The status thing only works if the woman is telling people that she's fucking this particular guy. That's the only way it works. See, she got to tell people. One thing I found with those jocks, knowing them, hanging out with them, a lot of times they tapping some women and nobody's hearing about it. But it's the body. Even when they get out of school. I remember when I was working retail, there was this guy and he had been a ball player. He had been a ball, so he wasn't showing anything. But the woman, they were going crazy over his body. They were throwing it at him. Some baddies too. Look, and that's the body. It's more about the body of the player. Because let's be real. Like I talked about football and stuff. Like football, you get the guys, I mean, nothing against the offensive linemen, but, they might be good to get a girlfriend, but they ain't going to get the same amount of play as the quarterback or the running back or the wide receiver. And it ain't the thing. It ain't about, it's not always about just You know, they ain't the stars. I mean, they get some, just not the same. It's more about the perception of the body and everything. Like athletic, it's key. The key areas around the gut and everything. The more you keep that under control, just look like you can run, got some speed, everything. And trust me, I seen that at all levels. It ain't just at like some college level or pro level. I remember when I played in this church football league. You had women right on the sides too. Shoot, when I was playing intramurals at St. Joe's, you know, we had our little basketball squad. We had a whole crew of girls who came from outside the school to watch us play. And then after the game, we all be in a party at somebody's place partying. So it's just like, man. But it's more about the body. And then when I think about it seriously, and I've said this several times, of the men I've known, I say the overwhelming majority of men I've known who are getting pussy like crazy played an organized sport somewhere. And then I can think of just one who didn't play a sport was getting some women. One. Just one. And really, he looked like he could probably do something, like run track or something. But the other ones, like when I think about the guys in college I knew, every one of them could ball. They could ball. Every single one, even if they weren't playing on the varsity basketball team. Every single one of them could ball. Because I'm thinking about it, I was like, well, yeah, he could ball. It's like, it is all about that body. It's all about that body, you know? They go crazy over athletic bodies. Like if you can't get those super muscles, at least look like you can ball, you know? At least look like you can ball, do something. And, you know, it's different sports. And like I said, it gives a clue as to what women like. Like if a woman say like football or something, you look like you could play football, you already got it in because she like those bodies. Like I said, the women who show interest in me always got an interest in football. Always. You know? Or, you know, I found out some might have been a cheerleader or something like that. And see, that's shit. And in fact, Cousin Tito, and I shared this video before. Yeah. And I call out Cousin Tito a lot because, shoot, he make his living with body game. He trained male exotic dancers. But he had talked about Dymes getting with athletes. And seriously, like when I see a lot of these like serious Dymes, like I say cheerleader types, who you think they gonna get at? They cause they athletes themselves. Who you think they gonna fuck with? Yeah, cheerleaders. They are athletes. If you really, that's why they be having those cheerleading competitions. They be working hard. They're good. They be working harder than the gym. Like those cheerleaders, they be working harder in the gym than many dudes. Who you think they gonna get with? You better look like you play something for them. Or at least if they got that mindset. I've noticed that. Like I love the ones who are football cheerleaders. But you get those cheerleaders, because I've known several. They end up hooking up. All those cheerleaders, dance team. Like when I was at the schools, the girls who were on the cheerleaders, could have been cheerleaders, dance team. They always hooked up with jocks. They always, American, I knew all the dance team when I was a couple of them. And shit, they always dealt with jocks. You had to have that jock vibe or jock body build, you know? And, you know, that's just the body. That's just the body. In fact, that's because I'm going to tell you what, it gets deeper because there's a show I checked out yesterday. Like I said, I was chilling out yesterday. Rom's a workaholic, so I got to rest sometime. But so I was chilling out. Well, Rom chill out. Rom chill out day is he still did 6 hours of work or something, so I'm chilling out the rest. Anyway, and that's as an aside, I remember a few months ago, I said I only work 20, 25 hours a week. Since I'm doing videos, like more live videos on my other channels and stuff, and putting them on my Patreons, I'm working a bit more now. Yeah. The things you do for money. But anyway, I was sitting back chilling. I checked out this thing on Hulu. I forgot the exact title, but it was about the Chippendales, how they was founded. That Indian guy. It was founded by an Indian guy. And so the guy playing him, I forgot his name, Kamal something. He had been in the Eternals and everything. He had buffed up. They ain't showing it here. But anyway, right? I was looking at that, and this one female character said it best. Women get horny too. Just like men be going crazy over a woman's, here it come, yo, breasts and big old butt dunk legs, got that tight body, that snatched waist. Women doing the same thing. They're checking out a man's body. Shit, they be checking out prints. They be checking out prints. You don't get that big old print, you better convince her you're a grower. Say, hey girl, look what's coming up. But seriously, they be checking it out. And they don't want, and like, I was talking about that thing with Bandman Kevo the other day. And even then, he actually got some other psychological issues though. But anyway, all that money, what that shit mean? And look, let's be real. You get some guys saying it's just face. Women are friends on the face. They can look at a man's face and call him cute and say he handsome. And they don't get hot for him until they see his body. Because I'll keep saying it. I bet one day I'm going to call that dude's name. He's going to happen to come across. He's an attorney too. But no, I knew this dude. He looked like Clint Eastwood with glasses. But women didn't go crazy because his body wasn't there. He didn't look athletic at all. Very scrawny body. But he looked just like Clint Eastwood if it was just the face. Because even face men, they got to have a good body. Even face men got to have a good body. Even if they ain't a jock, they got to have a good body. And in fact, with a lot of guys talking about models and be putting, using up talking about these models. I mean, you got whole channels, videos talking about them. Some term I just discovered, PSL gods. And, going crazy, which I kind of wonder about. But the thing with models be hitting the gym longer. Look, seriously, guys who idolizing male models are into body gain too. Shit. Now at my age, I spend an hour, maybe an hour and a half in the gym. A male model in there for about 3 hours, twice a day. Seriously, they be working out hard. If you check out some of the male model channels, I've checked out a couple and stuff, and they will say that. They will say they be in the gym, they be working out. They got to maintain it. Shoot, they actually bigger into body gain. Because they got to they make their money. Because if they doing, if they walking down the walkway and stuff, and then sometimes they be in swimwear and shit like that. In fact, I know one, he follows me and stuff, Shout out King Breeze. Shout out King Breeze. He's a model. He's a model. Money maker and stuff. Actually going to be in that Creed movie. And in bit part, he said. But he be working out like crazy. They be working out. So even the face men gotta have a good body. The professional ones, they be working out hard, But they embrace body gain, Because that's all it is. It's like getting your body to the best. Now, like I said, if you can't be super muscular, don't worry about it. Most guys ain't gonna be it unless they got the genetics anyway. And even though I did that video on Bandman Kevo, I do not endorse getting surgery. It's better he just worked out hard, get what he can. Women will deal with a little bit of gut, as long as it's a little bit. It's mainly, it's mainly what he do in the bedroom. Some women are comfortable with that. If you get to that football player level, you can still get some pussy. You can still get some. So that's the thing. So you got to get into it. You get that, but the athletes though. Seriously, I was thinking about that hard too. I would say, guys I know getting pussy. I'd be like, yeah, what you play? Oh yeah, played football. Played football. Knew this dude, women were fighting over him. He had played football. Another dude, oh yeah, be running that basketball. Shoot, like I said in the hood and stuff. Shoot, you got these guys running ball. There's always some little cuties watching them. Just watching them. Be rocking some tight stuff trying to get their attention. And especially it's warm out, they go shirts versus skins and everything. You don't think some little girls will be checking that shit out? Seriously. Like, look, here's the thing, yo. I push body game so much because, one, from personal experience. I saw the difference when I really started, like, working out. And even when I was young playing soccer, I was still, I was Joe Nerd, but still getting some attention because I was athletic. I ain't had the same level of game and all that stuff. I was still athletic. Like I said, didn't have approach anxiety, but a big part of it was athletic, you know? And then, you know, I put on some weight and shit, you know, in school, wasn't running as much, you know, college and a graduate level. But even then, just getting back to like that regular athlete thing, women were changing up. Seriously, you know? Women were changing the fuck up. And so it's just like, they get horny, they get turned on. You know, when they see that nice body, it puts them into a different state. It makes them receptive. It makes them receptive, you know? It makes them excited. If you turn on a woman, basically it's up to you to, all you have to do is recognize you turned her on. That's it. Seriously. Like, I just sat down, like, one of the things I did, I thought about all the women I've been with. That took a couple of hours. And, you know, real talk. While I was watching the game and all of that. I'm one of those people, sometimes I can't just sit and chill. That's the issue I got to work on. But the primary way I got them was body. It wasn't no special lines or anything. It wasn't no special lines. Because most people, if they don't know me, think I'm quiet. They see me as quiet. Even now, yeah, I could talk it up on these videos and interviews, but I'm actually quiet most of the time. Quiet and stay to myself, you know? Except if that woman got that killer body and stuff. I say that, I use the damn principle, then I'm like, hey, how you doing? But otherwise, it's the main thing. To this day. To this day. Now, am I getting in like I was maybe 30 years ago? No, but I don't need to. I don't need to. Still getting attention. You know? So, it's like, I'm going to keep pushing the body game. Like, if a guy got problems, that's the first place he should start. And I'm going to tell you what, how deep it is. You don't need anything special. You don't even need that much game. You know, if you can have a regular conversation, boom. Get the body right. You know, get the body right. And find out what that woman like, what sports she likes. Seriously, in the first conversation, you say, yeah, you pay attention to sports. And she'd be like, oh yeah, be watching the World Cup. All right, soccer player Bill. Yeah, oh yeah, college basketball season going crazy. That Bill. Football, that Bill. Shoot, I was thinking about a young lady friend right this second. And this was when I was working out at American, but she was like an intern. She's an attorney. She was you know, and one thing she used to do, she used to just come and watch me play pickup basketball. And she'd be sitting there chilling. She's big into sports, football and basketball. So, you know. In fact, she had played ball. She had played basketball. Like, that's another thing. A lot of these fine-ass women had played sports. Who you think they want? They used to running and all of that stuff. Shoot, you think they want some guy who don't look like he do anything athletic? Shit. You know? Or look like he work out or don't work out? Shit. So, anyway. That's all I got for now, y'all. Hey, and I ain't gonna have anything tomorrow, man. Y'all spend some time tomorrow on Family Day or whatever you want to do, okay? I'll get back with y'all Friday. I'll probably chill out too, because my sons will be over. They probably gonna be wanting to hit the stores or something, you know? And that's one thing about me, because I'm always talking about my sons. My main job is being a father. That's my main job. That's my first job. Everything else comes afterwards. Everything else is to support that. You know, because that's my blood, you know? So, you know. Anyway, That's all I got for today. Y'all have a happy family day or whatever you want to call tomorrow. Turkey day, whatever. Y'all have a happy family, though. That's what Rom calls it. So I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.